Hey, hello everyone. Hope you are good and enjoying the coding. In this session, we will learn about the Python data types. What are the different data types which is supported by the Python? In last session, we have declared some variables, okay, and we have assigned a different values to those variables. Now, in that session, we also learn about one function, that is type of function, to print the data type of variables. Okay, let me open that program once again. Yeah, this is the program which we have written in last session. Here I have declared six variables: age, salary, language. Okay, if you see, the actual value of age is an integer. Okay, here there is a no decimal points. In salary we have added some decimal points. In language, this is a string. Address is a combination of two strings. Education having these brackets, and one variable is declared like do you like a python, value is a true or false. Okay, it means these are the six different variables and which has a different values assigned. Now we need to understand what is a data type. Data type means the kind of values that can be stored into a variable. Kind of value means this is a integer kind of information, right? Here there is a no decimal points, this is a decimal points, so it means this is a different kind of values. Okay, and those values are stored into a different stored into a variables. So such kind of values is called as a data type. Okay, if we print, it's what kind of information is this, that means if we print the data type of these variables, we will get a actual data types. What type of information is this? Let me execute this code. Yeah, so here I have executed the code, and if you see, the age is of type int. Here you can see class int. Class int, it means age is an object of class int. Salary is an object of class float. The language is object of class string. Based on these classes and based on these actual values, we can easily identify its data type. Okay, now let's learn the data type in detail. Okay, yeah, these are the different data types which is supported by Python. In numeric, you can see a three different data types: integer, float, and complex. Dictionary is used when we have to store values in key value pair mapping. Okay, for boolean, this data type is supported for true and false, these two values only. Set is a array, but this is a unsorted array and it having a distinct elements. Under sequence, we again have a three data types: string, list, and tuple. String is a collection of characters. List is a collection of different elements. Those elements can be a numeric, can be a dictionary type, can be a boolean, can be a set. Any type of elements can be added into a list. Tuple is similar to a list, but there is a minor difference in list and tuple. Okay, so in this session we will learn about the numeric data types. Okay, let me open the Visual Studio and create new program. Data types underscore one dot p underscore one dot py. Okay, so here we will declare one variable age is equal to 32. Okay, I'm executing this code. So here you can see I have just declared one variable age is equal to 32 and assigned and printed its a data type. Okay, when we store a integer kind of information or integer kind of values into any variable, Python automatically detect its data type and assign those data type to the variable. Okay, if we have to do same things in other programming language, then we need to declare its data type first and store the values. It means if I write a same program in C, then I need to declare the variables like int age equal to 32 and semicolon. In this way, I need to declare the variables in C. Okay, but here in Python, we don't need to specify the data type. It will internally detect its data type and store the value. Okay, this is about the integer data type. If I change this value 32 to 32.5 and prints its data type, you can see now it is a float. But in C, if I going to store like age is equal to 32.5, it will not store this value because we have declared the int data type. So but in Python it has automatically changed or converted its data type from int to float. And if you see the output, you can easily get that how it has changed the data type. Okay, when we have to store a plain whole number without any decimal points, then it is a int data type. If we have to store number with some decimal values or decimal points, then its data type will be a float. Okay, I hope integer and float is clear to you. Python also support one additional data type, that is a complex. Okay, so maybe you are aware about some example like d is equal to a plus 2j or 3 plus 2j. In this way, this is called as complex data type, because in complex data type we can see this is a real and this is a imaginary. That means when we can say that uh, x d or x is equal to some value plus twice of this value. Okay, this is called as a imaginary. Okay, in this way we can create a statements, and those statements are supported in Python. Okay, and such data type, this data type and its output data type is called as a complex. Okay, in complex both the real plus imaginary are considered, and such data types are supported by Python. Okay, so under numeric we have a three different data types: integer, float and complex. Okay, I hope integer, float and complex is clear to you. Okay, so here you can see some highlighters. In integer we have a full number, whole number. In float, okay, we have a decimal points. Okay, if you see uh, some integer with non-decimal values, integer with non-decimal value, it means this is a full number, right? Python supports three different non-decimal values for integer. 32 is a base 10. Then it supports for the base 2, that is a binary value. It supports for octet, that is base 8 value, and it supports for hexadecimal, that is base 16. By default it's base 10. That means when I store a value age is equal to 32, and if I print this value, it will print 32 as it is. Okay, because this is a base 10. But if I use a base 2, that means binary format, then it will convert those binary value into a actual decimal and print that. For storing any binary value we have to use 0b. Okay, let's take one example of binary, that is 100. Okay, if I store 100 in age and execute this, it will print 100. But if I convert this into a binary, that is 0b, 100, it means a 4. If I execute this, you will see this is a 4. Sorry. Python also supports for binary values in integer data type. If you have to store any octet value it is also supported. Octet, it means a number range between 0 to 7. Okay, if I store this 10, it means 8. If I execute this, you will get a 8 value. It is also supported for hexadecimal value. If I store f means 15. You can see that this is a 15. So inside integer, we can use base 10, base 2, base 8 and base 16 value. For base 10, we don't need to do anything. For base 2, we have to use 0b. Okay, and the combination of any 0 and 1 values. Okay, for octet, prefix will be 0o and combination of 0 to any 0 to 7 values. For hexadecimal, prefix will be 0x and its combination of 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay, so I hope this different non-decimal values inside integer is clear to you. Okay, yeah, in C, if we have to store such values, okay, then we have to use a different data types. Okay, one more things, if I'm going to store any value into an integer, so it doesn't have any specific range to store that value. Okay, if I store very large number into an integer variable or float or any data type, so Python doesn't have any predefined range. It store whole number as it is, but in other programming language it will not store it as it is. If you take an example of 32-bit operating system and you are storing the value into a C, then it will store maximum 4-byte number. Okay, that means 2 raised to 32 number. Okay, for storing more than that, we need to use a either long, double. Okay, in this way we have to use a different data type for storing large numbers. Okay, and complex is a combination of a real and imaginary part, which is not supported in other programming language, but it is supported by Python. I hope all the concepts related to numeric data types are clear to you, like numeric having a integer, float and complex data type. Okay, complex is not supported by other programming language, but it is supported by Python. If you have any doubt related to this integer, float and complex data type, please comment me in the comment section. I will provide more details on it. Thank you. See you in next session.